Today, I'm interviewing my father, Behrooz Dariani, on his experience immigrating to the United States. What was your reasoning in coming to the United States?
Well, that's a loaded question. Let me just go back a little bit. In about another 3 days, it will be my 42nd anniversary in the United States. I came to United States on December 16, 1974. For me, coming to United States was a life-changing experience. I think I was in 10th grade when I decided that I want to go to United States. And my main reason was to continue my education. However, my true reasoning was I just wanted to go out of the country and experience life and see people and meet people in other parts of the world. So with that intention, I came to United States, and it's been a quite an experience.
What was your experience of coming to a new country, and how would you compare or contrast the two different lifestyles?
Well, the experience is a lot. Obviously, coming from Iran, which is in on the other side of the world, located in the Middle East, and the whole culture, language, religion, people, ethnicity, they all are different from what I found in the United States. But it was with that excitement that I came over here because I wanted to get to know more people. And fortunately, my English was relatively good, so I was able to start communicating with people. So it was with that interest, which was the main driver for me to come to the United States. By now, I have spent a lot more time in the States compared to how old I was when I left Iran. When I left Iran, I was 18 years old. Now I am pushing 60. So I've been here a lot, more than twice the number of years that I was in Iran. However, I have not forgotten my old culture, and any chance that I get, I try to travel to Iran and meet my old friends or my relatives in Iran, and trying to bridge the gap. So in my experience, I have found a balance between the two lifestyles, shall we say. And when I go to Iran, I have my Iran hat and I behave like the way the Iranians do. And when I'm in the United States, I have my US hat and I act and behave to go with the demands of the society here.
Where did you study in the United States, and what was your field of study?
As I said, um, either main or a secondary reason of coming to the United States was education was part of it. So I had to maintain my student status. So when I came over here, I did short studies of English at Columbia University. Then after that, I went to City University of New York in Manhattan, and I studied computer science. And I graduated. I got my master's in computer science, and the schooling was again I it wasn't something that I could have compared over there because in Iran I was a high school graduate. So coming over here was, of course, the field of study and also the level of studies was different. And so I can't compare the two because I didn't go to university in Iran, so I don't know how it compares to the studies over there. But that by itself was quite a bit of experience as well.
Why did you decide to stay in the United States after completing your studies?
Well, I got my master's in 1982, and by then a lot of changes have happened in Iran, namely the revolution. the Islamic Revolution of 1979. And with that revolution, the entire culture and way of life and politics changed in Iran in a dramatic way. Since in Iran, the serving in the army is compulsory, you have to serve in the army for 2 years. I couldn't travel to Iran because had I traveled over there, I would have been drafted in the army. And given that at the time there was a war going on between Iran and Iraq, I would have been drafted. So it was like an unknown situation, and I didn't want to put myself in that danger. So as a result, I decided to stay over here and rather try to, by working over here, try to put things that I had learned into practice.
How different was your experience in the U.S. before and after the 1979 revolution in Iran?
Well, that's a sort of a loaded question. The Prior to the revolution of 1979, Iran and United States enjoyed a very friendly relationship, and traveling with the people between the two countries was relatively easy. And there were like a lot of Iranians who were able to easily travel to the United States, in the same way many Americans who traveled without any problem to Iran. But after the 1979 revolution, of course, the main contention of this revolution was that the United States was supporting the old regime, or the government of the Shah, and the religious government, which took over the government and established a new form of government. They were brought both Iran and United States at odds with one another. As a result, well, in my experience, I guess not so much in my experience, but with the experience that I shared with many other Iranians in different parts of the United States, was quite different. I had to spend most of my time in New York, and for those of you who know, New York City it's a little international country, or a little international place where you have people from all over the world. So the lifestyle didn't change much. However, because of the negative portray of Iran in the media, it was sometimes very, very difficult to communicate with people, because when they found out, let's say, where you're coming from and all that, they got a bit offensive. And but I thought some of that offenses was not personally driven, rather it was because of misinformation. And in majority of cases, at least in my case, in all the cases, once I start establishing friendship with the people that I knew both before and after the revolution, it seems that once we start discussing and talking about our fears, our interests, our whatever it is that makes us happy and all that, basically we showed that we are not any different as a people. We're not any different from one another, regardless of the politics aspect of it. There was some rough times over here at the start of the revolution, but I guess as the time went on, and as the level of tension decreased, and more people, especially people in the United States, began learning more about the Iranian people, they sort of put the government side aside and start talking in terms of the people to people. And things has dramatically been improved. I understand that the level of traveling to Iran has increased, and in the past couple of weeks that I happened to be in New York City and working with a friend of mine, and I met I think 3 or 4 couples who had recently came back from Iran. So now it seems like there are more tourists that are traveling to Iran, and with that traveling and all that, I think that brings people closer to one another. Governments will always have their own reasoning and all that, and I tend to separate the government from the people. The experience is mixed. However, in the early days of the revolution, again, being from Iran and all that, the life was a little bit more tense. But over the years, that has become much easier to the point that I don't, I hardly have felt any or met any unfriendly person.
So, how and where are you planning on spending the rest of your life?
Well, I guess I don't know. I have enjoyed a tremendous time because I believe that I have had the chance to live twice. I have lived in Iran as an Iranian, and I have lived in the United States as an American. So I guess I'm one of those, perhaps not few, but one of those people who had the privileges of living into two different worlds with the totally two different aspects of life. As to how it's gonna be, what the rest of it is gonna be, I love traveling. I love to travel, and I guess I'm looking forward to my retirement days so that I can travel. I will have more time to travel, and but whether I will stay here for the rest of my life or whether I will go back to Iran, I have not been able to make up my mind. Although I wish that the traveling was a lot more simpler, and by that I mean that you can go to Iran directly as opposed to traveling to another country in order to go to Iran because there's no direct flights from here to Iran. But I think over the time that's going to be improved. And so to answer your question, yep, enjoy traveling, travel, and try to meet as many people as I can.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.